Life coach, and it's wonderful to have you here with me today. I'm sorry I am a little bit late. I had to take my daughter to an appointment, and I'm actually doing my live here from my car. Hadn't anticipated that, but that's okay. Here I am, and it's nice to be here because I definitely wanted to talk about something important today that I've been thinking a lot about, and that I definitely think that you might find to be useful as well. And that is the idea of time and making enough time in your life for the things that you truly value and that are important for you. And so often I hear, both as a professor as well as from my patients, is that they just don't have enough time to do the things they really love, to do the things that they want to do. And the thing is, in our lives, we only have so many hours in a day, and it really is up to us to choose where we're going to spend the time, where we're going to spend our hours, our minutes, our seconds. And so, one thing I do with my clients that I have found very useful in my own life is that I have them look at where they are spending their time. And so, one way to really figure out where your time is going is to keep a time journal. And that just means keeping track of where your time is going daily, looking at, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, where are you spending your time? Where's the majority of the time going? And usually, after you've done this for a few days, you realize that you are spending time doing things that aren't in alignment with what you truly want and what you truly value. And so often, what I see is that people feel overwhelmed, they feel exhausted, and so they start using time wasters as a way to fill time. So things like Facebook, Instagram, texting, checking email. It's like we do things to make it seem like we're busy so that we feel like we're busy and we're being productive, but it's actually not productive and we're just wasting valuable time that we could spend doing something else. So, again, looking at how you're spending your time in your day to day life. Evaluating it and then thinking about where you want to be spending your time. So, creating like a pie chart of I'm spending 20% of my time sleeping, 30% of my time with my family, 10% of my time working out, and looking at those different numbers and seeing if that is actually how you want to spend your time. And if it's not, then thinking about where you want to be spending a majority of your time and looking at that pie chart and dispersing your time differently. So, for example, say I really want to spend time with my family and I realize I'm only spending about 20% of my time with my family. So, I would look at other areas where I am spending a lot of time and think, okay, where can I take away from, say, watching TV or my commute? If I commute, is there a way that I can make my commute shorter? Those kinds of things. One thing that's really important is how you set up your day is really going to make or break your day, your weeks, your months, and your years. And so, having a morning routine is essential to using your time to the best of your ability. And your morning routine actually starts the night before you go to bed. So, going to bed in an hour where you're able to get up and make some time in yourself for yourself in the morning is really important. And so, what I suggest and what I have started doing myself is having a night routine where I know that I'm going to go to bed by a certain hour. Usually, it's about 9 or 10, so that I can get up actually at 5 or 6 and have some time to myself to start my day off in a way where I have time to do things and I don't feel rushed. And the things that I enjoy doing in the morning are journaling. So, I journal first thing when I get up in the morning. I don't even look at my phone until after I've done my morning routine because I don't want to be influenced by email, social media, nothing like that. And so I actually journal first thing in the morning, and then I will do some type of meditation or inspirational reading. And then from there, I usually go for a walk, and that takes about an hour or so. And then I come back and then I jump into my day and I look at social media. I usually do have my phone on my walk with me, so I'm not really engaging in texting or anything like that, but I do have it with me. So that has been really a life changer for me having this morning routine because it really helps me set up my day in a way where I know each day I'm going to be at my best because I've taken time in the morning for myself to create a day where I look at my life, I'm being reflective, I think of all the things I'm grateful for when I'm journaling, and I start my day off with intention doing what I want to do on my schedule rather than on somebody else's schedule and what they want to do. And that's really one of the great things about time. And when you start owning your time and really thinking about how you're spending your time, is that you're deciding where you're going to spend your time. If you don't decide where you spend your time, someone else will for you. So, really knowing what is it I value, what is it I want to do, how do I want to spend my time, and then creating the space for that in your life. And your morning routine is such a wonderful way to start out your day with intention and working on those goals. And it's just you start out feeling so much stronger and so much more fulfilled and having gotten some amazing things done depending on what it is you want to get done before even the rest of the family wakes up. So I highly recommend the morning routine. Again, that does start with a good nightly routine, so making sure you go to bed at a reasonable hour, um, not drinking a lot of caffeine in the afternoon, doing all the things you need to do to make sure you get a good night's sleep. Another tip I'd like to share that I learned from a coach that I worked with is that I actually set my phone on do not disturb at 9 o'clock at night. So I don't get texts, I don't get emails, I only get emergency phone calls from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. That is my time to uh, be with my family, to be with myself, to read a book, to do whatever I want to do. I'm not going to be interrupted. It really helps because in the middle of the night, I don't check to see what kind of texts I got, all the kind of things that, all the ways that your phone interrupts you in your evening, I don't worry about after 9. And so it's really nice having that 10-hour span every single day just for me, where I know I'm not going to have some kind of outside influence come and intrude on how I'm spending my time. So that has been a game changer for me. So having 2 to 3 hours in the morning just for me, not interrupted, no social media, no emails, nothing like that, just really focused on me, what I want to do. And one thing I forgot to mention is that I do have a to do list that I create every afternoon before I sign off for the day. And I usually put it, I'm looking here for my little sticky notes, but I have like a little notebook like this about sticky notes size, and I purposely only put 3 to 4 things I'm working on a sheet of paper that's about this big, because otherwise what happens is I will create a to-do list that's a mile long and I won't get any of the things done. And so I want to make sure that the things that I'm getting done each day are the things that are most important to me at the top of my to-do list, so that there's only 2 or 3 things each day I am getting done. So, nighttime routine, morning routine, having phone on do not disturb, all of those are game changers that will make such a huge difference in creating more time for yourself in your day. Having a small to do list that you set the night before, so you can set it right before you go to bed. That helps sometimes if you have sleep issues, like issues falling asleep, or you're thinking things over and over again through your mind so you can't fall asleep. Actually, creating your to do list at that time makes it easier to go to sleep because you know you'll be dealing with those things the next day and you can sleep better knowing that. The other thing is during my morning routine, after I've done my walk, I've come back, I will choose one of the things I put on my list and make sure I get that done. And it's usually the thing I least want to do. I do that first before I do anything else. So I've at least achieved one of the major things on my to do list for the day before the day has even started. What I have found in doing that is that I have wasted so much time in the past trying to avoid the to do things that I was dreading that I didn't want to do. And so I would get busy doing other things that was basically like busy work. And I didn't realize it. I thought I was being productive, but I was actually just avoiding doing something I didn't want to do. And so when I do the things I don't want to do first in the morning, before starting the rest of my day, it actually helps a lot because then I'm motivated. I've already done the hard thing, so I'm not going to waste time the rest of my day doing things to keep myself busy because I've already done the difficult thing first. So that's another tip that has been really, really helpful for me in my time management and making more time in my day. The last piece that I wanted to share with you, and I've shared this before, but I think it's really important, is blocking time each day to do things. And so I will look at my day and I will block out half hour, 25-minute increments to work on something with a 5-minute break in between. And this is such a powerful way to get started on things. If you feel unmotivated, you don't want to get started on it, knowing you're only going to do it for 25 minutes is such a great way to get you started. So just setting that time, setting my timer, making sure all distractions are not around me. And then I just set my timer for 25 minutes and then I take a 5-minute break once it goes off. And then I will set it again for 25 minutes and stay with that activity if continue to need to work on it, or I'll move on to another activity. And this is a wonderful way, again, to get you started, get you motivated, and get the things done that you really need to get done that maybe you're not feeling like doing. So that is something I do as well. So, great ideas. Try one of them, try them all, see how they work. Let me know. I really would love to know where you struggle with creating time in your day. I know for myself, I am a mom. I have 3 kids. I have 2 teenage daughters. I have a foster son. Our lives are very busy. I'm also a professor and a life coach. And so I know how busy life gets. And I know that time is something that is very valuable. And so I do have to be very structured with my time. And luckily, it's something I've always been pretty good at. But over the years, I've gotten better and better at it so that I could do all of these things and still make time for careers that I love, as well as the family that I adore, and making time and space for everybody, including myself. So, that self care piece in the morning is essential for me to feel my best and show up and be my best every single day. So I hope that again, these tips were helpful to you. If you want more tips on time management, you can also look at my blog on wholelifeliving.com. There's some great tips in my blogs. And you can also look, there's a really great book on I believe it's How to Think Like a Monk, and it has a really great chapter on time and creating routines in afternoons and in mornings. So I would highly suggest the chapter in that book as well on time management. As always, I would love to hear feedback. I'm happy to answer questions and do coaching when I do these lives. So if there's ever anything you want me to discuss or you want to come on a live with me, let me know and we can make that happen. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and I will see you soon.